night, in the middle of the night, every night, and in the darkness, I imagine her terror, and it is unthinkable, but those thoughts demand to be thought.
That is really difficult to sit there and say that about your mom. They're difficult to think about, but we have to think about it.
Yeah,
that
because
she could be gone.
But who did this? Who has her?
Why?
And exactly, what did they want from her? It's not like they wanted any money or got any money from it. Whole thing is so confusing.
Those ransom notes were all a hoax. Wasn't those people?
I don't know. We haven't heard anything more from it. It seems like it was.
Haven't.
She's been missing now since January 31st. This is coming up on almost 2 months.
Didn't just a couple weeks ago, didn't the sheriff say they're close? Didn't the sheriff himself say they're close to finding out who did this or whatever? And that just kind of, is it just words and then they just kind of fade away and okay, kind of like Homer Simpson into the bush. I don't make fun of it or light of it, but it's like, all right, yep, we're close. And then they just walk away.
The whole
Where is
thing
Nancy? Let's find her.
Is so mysterious. And as time goes on, there's even more questions surrounding this. I give Savannah a lot of credit though, but it's important for her to sit down and go public because look, the person that did this, or people, whoever, they clearly know this is Savannah Guthrie's mom. If they didn't before, they definitely do now. And I appreciate that she keeps saying it's never too late to do the right thing.
Yes.
Somebody knows something about what happened to this woman. And an elderly woman, a grandma. Like, what do you want with this woman?
And who's the dude that came up to the door at the Ring doorbell or the Nest doorbell? Who was that? Did we find out that person? Because right away, when that first floated out there, everyone's like, oh, he's about 6'1". He's this. Oh, look at the facial features. You can kind of see through the mask a little bit. There's a facial hair. And then that just kind of went away.
Who is that person? How can we in 2026 have such technology where our phones are listening to us and they can't find this woman? And then if you're Savannah Guthrie and the family, you've got to hold on to hope. But now they're trying to go on with life. How hard is it to do that? I can't even imagine. Now, this interview that Savannah is doing, it's a 2-part interview. Part 1 will air today, and then part 2 will air tomorrow.
Why do they have part 1 and part 2 separate? Why don't they just put them all out?
I don't work for Today Show.
I know, but I'm just kind of throwing it out there going.
Ratings?
Exactly, but you can't. You're going to use this story for ratings?
But also, maybe
put it out there.
But maybe it's also because, think about when we do interviews. There's times that we could go 20 minutes with people, but they have to stay on schedule with their other segments and things.
Sure, it's about the Brewers. It's about Mahjong. It's not about a missing woman. Oh, stay tuned tomorrow for the rest of this interview. Get it out there now. The woman's been missing 2 months. I don't agree with that, Hoda Kotb. And I like Hoda.
I don't think Hoda has the decision here. I don't think it's Hoda. We know how these things work. There's advertisers. They got to stay on time with commercial breaks.
Sorry,
I
was soapboxing hard there. Okay, go ahead.
You really were coming hard at Hoda. Radar wants answers. He wants to find Nancy.
Find Nancy. This is ridiculous.
Okay, switching gears here. It is opening day. So excited for the Brewers to take on the White Sox today, but baseball did kick off last night, actually on Netflix. Here's Jimmy Kimmel.
This is the first Major League Baseball game ever on Netflix. And after all the hype, it turned out to be just like any other game, except for the 7th inning when both teams were replaced by the cast of Stranger Things. And
there's a Debbie Gordon on the field. Oh my gosh. Did a friend ever give you really bad advice? But they were being sincere, and they thought at the time it was the best thing that you needed to hear, because on Amy Poehler's Good Hang podcast, Steve Carell revealed that his good friend Paul Rudd told him, do not go on the show The Office. Do not do anything like that.
Paul Rudd said that? What?
Rudd pulled me aside and was like, don't do it, man. Don't audition.
Sure.
Don't audition. It is like, there's no way.
Yeah. Everyone was like, don't even touch this. Don't touch this.
10-foot pole.
You know who they should have given that advice to?
Gosh.
They should have given that advice to Will Ferrell when he joined The Office after Steve Carell left. That was horrible.
He did all right. I thought it was good.
To have him play like a devilish, bad, mean boss.
I thought it was funny. He was funny.
It wasn't believable. No, he wasn't funny at all. Like
yes,
Steve Carell at least had enduring qualities
Oh.
about him.
Right.
Michael Scott, like as much as they tried to make him be this like tough guy, you knew deep down he just wanted them all to be his friends.
It's because Will Ferrell didn't have Threat Level Midnight and Michael Scarn dance.
Exactly. All right, that's your 3 must-hear clips of the day on The Mix. And right now we are looking for caller number 9.
Come on now.
For a chance to win $1,000 in the Mix Mega Minute. So many of you are playing along. You need to actually call in and actually play.
Yeah, let's go.
If you're
Come on.
caller number 9 and you get all of those 10 questions right in 60 seconds, you will win $1,000 thanks to Havish, and Rotier. The number to call, 414-432-1099.
But my time would be waiting.
Radar is passionate about finding Nancy Guthrie.
Look, we're going to sit there and say, oh, she's missing, but join us tomorrow for part 2. She doesn't have tomorrow. We got to get her now. ASAP. Let's go.
Hi, The Mix. Sorry, you're caller number 1.
Well, I'm just going to wait until tomorrow to
Hi, The
watch
Mix.
that.
Sorry, you're caller number 2.
Maybe I'll see her then.
Hi, The Mix. Sorry, you're caller 3. Hi, The Mix. Sorry, you're caller 4. Hi, The Mix. Sorry, you're caller number 5. Hi, The Mix. Sorry, you're caller number 6. Hi, The Mix. Sorry, you're caller number 7. Hi, The Mix. Sorry, you're caller number 8.
And
Hi, The Mix. What's your name? Nicole, you're calling number 9. Yes. OMG.
Let's go, Nicole.
All right, Nicole, where are you calling in
let's
from?
see if she pulls it off. It's a stunner.
All right, you said we. Yeah, Emily's there.
All right, Emily.
Emily, how old are you? Okay, Emily, you need to be mom's lifeline here. Okay, we gotta get somebody to win this $1,000. So, Emily, what's gonna happen is we're gonna go live with you on the air. Radar, the Instagram shot is like stacked for some reason. If you can look, wait, hang on just a second. I don't know if you can look at that on StreamYard. It doesn't have a side by side on. Oh, because of this. That's why.
Okay.
We should have been in that shot. Sorry, Nicole, we had to do our cameras. Okay, so Nicole, you're gonna be live on the radio. So no swearing, no bad language or anything like that. 60 seconds, 10 trivia questions. Get them all right. The money's yours. You can say pass, and we'll circle back to that if we have time. Now, if you both are like shouting out answers, if Emily's shouting out, if that's the case, just make sure we can hear somebody clearly, or we're gonna have to have you repeat the question, and that could eat up a little bit of your time.
Exciting.
And keep in mind too, if for some reason the call drops or we have a bad connection, we do need to then move on to another phone line. All right, now that we're like through all the rules, we're gonna be all set. And did you get a chance to listen to Brett Andrews and the cheat sheet? Oh no!
Why are you not listening to
I know,
Brett
you gotta
Andrews?
listen to-
4:05 p.m. every weekday, and you get
gotta
the first
go
answer.
for it. Yeah. Yeah, just take a deep breath. We're gonna go in about 1 minute, okay? All right, hang on. You gotta think positive, okay? All right. Nicole's maybe not feeling optimistic about it.
Come on, Nicole, you got this.
Nicole and her daughter
You-
Emily are in the car in
You got
Greenfield.
this. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. Let's go. Might surprise yourself. You never know. Might surprise all of us. Like, whoa, what the what?
Yeah, the other day we had producer Will run through the questions before we went on the air, and he actually got them all right with the timer going and everything.
Producer Will, genius. We'll see. We couldn't pay him $1,000 though because he works here.
Yes, we are not eligible to win.
Hi. Hey. What song are we singing? Because you can't hear it. Nothing on you.
Nicole in Greenfield in the car with her daughter Emily is caller number 9 and has a chance right now to win $1,000 in the Mix Mega Minute. Thanks to Habish and Rotier. Nicole, are you feeling positive?
I'm trying, yeah.
Okay.
Well, we need you to try to get all 10 trivia questions right in 60 seconds. You can say pass at any time. If you don't know the answer, we'll circle back. If you get these all right, you're going to win $1,000. All right. What would you spend that $1,000 on?
Probably a vacation.
Yeah, let's go.
Nice. All right, the time starts as soon as we read the first question. Here we go. What does CPR stand for?
Pass.
What do the Brewers play against today?
You should know this. Pass.
What gas do humans breathe in?
See, oxygen.
Correct. Miley Cyrus released the 20th anniversary special for this Disney show.
Hannah Montana.
Correct. Which crystal manufacturer has a swan symbol?
Swarovski.
Correct. How many weeks are in a year?
52.
Correct. What country is directly north of America?
Canada.
Correct. Which White Lotus season took place in Hawaii?
Pass.
What do you call a group of geese?
Flock.
Incorrect. The basic unit of life is known as?
Hurry up. Pass.
What does CPR stand for?
Certified Pro. What is it? CPR.
Oh, you started slow and then got on a roll.
Shout out to Emily, who is also answering correctly, mentioning like what country is directly north of America? Canada. Well done. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correct.
5 out of 10.
So what does CPR stand for? That was the cheat sheet we did with Brett Andrews yesterday at 4:05. Every afternoon, you'll get that first question and answer. And the answer is cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
Oh, man.
Who do the Brewers play against today? Chicago White Sox.
Oh, my God.
Which White Lotus season took place in Hawaii? The first season. And what do you call a group of geese? A gaggle.
I thought it was flock too. And you said no. And I was like, what?
And the basic unit of life is known as
An atom.
a cell.
A cell.
Oh, ladies. Hey,
wouldn't
you
have
got
known that
half of them right, though.
Hey.
You did all right. Be listening again this afternoon with Brett Andrews, 4:05 for the first question and answer for tomorrow's Mix Mega Minute. And if you're calling number 9 tomorrow around 7:20, you still have that chance to win
There you go.
$1,000. Have a great day, ladies. Thanks for playing.
Thank you.
Man, that's tough though. You're under the microscope. Everyone's
I know,
listening.
But who are the
timer.
Brewers playing? We've been talking about it all morning. You know, y'all were screaming at that one.
Oh, I'm sure you're screaming that group of geese too. Wow, gaggle? Who knew?
I know.
Flock, I thought. I'm like,
Crazy.
what?
All right,
Swarovski,
guys.
though, the crystal manufacturer, I was like blown away going, I don't know.
Thanks for watching. We got to take a quick little
Yes.
break here, and then we will be back.
Hi.